Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, May 15th, 2019. Of course, today was New Comic Book Day, which means right now, today is New Comic Book Video. I also have a small rant at the end of this video. I know a lot of you like that, but I just been noticing a trend and it kind of came to the forefront today, so I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video. So let's jump right into the books. It wasn't a real giant week for books, but there were a couple of hot titles. Hot title number 1, Naomi number 5. Again, right here, everybody was trying to grab these books here. So shops are ordering more and more, so they're not as difficult to find as the first couple of issues were. But still, people are enjoying that storyline. New from Dark Horse Comics, number 1, Last Stop on the Red Line. I don't know anything about this book, but you know what? It's a number 1, and I flipped through the pages. It looked like it was a pretty decent, story base, so I picked it up. We'll see how that is. Farmhand, number 8. Appalachian Apocalypse, number 5. Again, one of those small press companies, and I am enjoying this storyline. Good concept, and I'm really liking it, so I'm happy this came out. This came out a while back, but a lot of places didn't order it, so I ordered one to have. This is from Scout Comics, Once Our Land 2, issue number 1. When it first came out, it was really, really hot. It's died down, but I like storylines like this, so I'm excited to read this. Local artist Mendoza, Zombie Tramp. A couple of different covers they had on this, but this was the only cover I wanted. This is strictly a cover purchase only. This is, well, they call it Vampire Academy number 4. I just like the cover right there. There's that. Danger Doll number 2. This is a Zombie Tramp, Vamp Blade, and Dollface mashup. Right there. Of course, another Dan Mendoza creation. Batman 71B cover. Pretty cool cover right there. Anything with the bat light, I'm going to be all over. This is Virgin cover. Battle Lines Marvel, Amazing Spider-Man 21. Really cool cover right there. There is that. And of course, you can never go wrong with a little eye candy, Elvira. This is number 5, the photo cover. Love that cover. Love anything Elvira. Anything Betty Page. I just love it, love it, love it. Mortal Hulk 17, Virgin variant right there. Again, like always, everything Immortal Hulk is blowing off the shelves. This issue was no different. And this is the A cover. Again, storyline, probably one of the best storylines I've read. Probably one of my top 3 all time. It's saying a lot, but I absolutely love that storyline. Daredevil number 5. Again, big Daredevil fan. I don't think he gets the due he deserves, especially on his vintage books. You can still buy those relatively cheap. We've mentioned that in videos. And Venom number 12. There's that there. And while I was at Cosmic picking up my books every week, the manager, Roland, said, hey, I got something for you. And he handed me 2 from Topps Comics, just nothing big. Jason Goes to Hell number 2. Love it, love it, love it. Of course, I'm a huge horror fan. We've talked about that before. And the final Jason Goes to Hell number 3, Final Friday. Again, anything Friday the 13th, I'm going to be all over, just like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street. And so I asked him, hey, these are great. How much? He's like, they're free. I appreciate the free gift because these things like this are easy sales because I'm always going to buy things like this because I absolutely love Jason Freddy, so I got him tattooed on me. So thank you so much, Roland, and the folks at Cosmic Comics for the nice gift. So as I was looking at books today, I've been noticing a trend as it relates with Diamond. A lot of books are coming in damaged, And the small shop down the street that I've mentioned, Fandomverse, they got a lot of stuff in, and most of their books, probably 35 to 40% of their books from Diamond were damaged. And I'm not talking little nicks. I'm talking serious, serious damage. Diamond has been doing stuff like that lately. The books are either coming in damaged from the distributor or the delivery, or they are shorting shops their orders. And the problem with that is this, and this is what I don't agree with, is if you have a big company, if you have a shop that buys tons and tons of copies of something, if you have a shop that buys 50 copies of Immortal Hulk, and it comes out and they know that they're going to sell most of those copies during that day because Immortal Hulk, as we know, is an absolutely on fire book, and people wait in line for the shops to open to grab those covers. If you have a shop that buys 50 and 15 of those are, damaged, they still have 35 for the shelf. But if you have a small company, a little mom and pop place that might only be able to buy 8 to 10 copies, and 8 to 10 copies come damaged, they have nothing on their shelves, and they're going to lose those sales because people want to buy the books the day they come out. So back in the day, especially 80s, early 90s, there was not an issue with damaged books, distribution problems. Why? Because there were multiple comic book distributors, and they did a good job of making sure all their books were packed properly, taken care of, and the shops that ordered stuff got the stuff in a good, high-grade condition. Why? Because there was competition. Competition breeds better customer service and better business. Diamond bought out their competition. They are the only game in town. If you want to get something for the comic books over Wednesday, you got to go through Diamond. Unfortunately, when you're the only game in town, your customer service can go down a few notches because why? You don't like the way they're treating you? You can't buy your books anywhere else. So they can pretty much do whatever they want, and they can set the monopoly. They also got a large, it becomes BCW. Anything you buy, if you're buying something, there's a lot of things that happen. You can ask your local comic shop. And again, this is just kind of a ramble, so I apologize for that. If you go, I've seen people get their 1 in 50 variants, 1 in 100 variants, and they come in damaged. There's no way that a 1 in 100 variant or any variant should come damaged. They should be packaged properly. And the sad thing is, if you buy from somebody on eBay and they send their books in really bad condition, you have a way to go back and get your money back and send the book back. If you do that with Diamond, you can send the books back, but you're not going to get first prints in most cases, especially books like Immortal Hulk or some of these smaller press run companies, Scout Comics, and such, small publication companies. You're not going to be able to get the first prints, and that's where the money is, especially for shops that are trying to sell books right away and flip it, because basically what a comic book shop is doing is the money they are spending to get the new books in, the small profit that they make, you don't make a lot of money selling comic books, especially the new books, but the money they make in selling those new books, they have to flip for the next week's order to keep the books coming in, with the hope that the people who come in are going to buy other things like the back issues, pops, toys, t-shirts, whatever it is that you're buying from them. And so there's a lot of complaining going on. But again, if Diamond came up and said, okay, we're going to make sure that all your stuff is coming in really good condition, regardless of what you're paying big shipping because comic books and supplies are heavy. And they sit there and say, we're going to add a $2.50 surcharge on every box that we send you. Are shops and dealers going to like it? Absolutely not. Are they going to pay it? Absolutely. Why? Because they want their books. Diamond knows this. So if you get, 40% of your order that gets damaged, they could give a shit about that. They don't care about you. They just want to get their money because they're certainly not, quick with their refunds. They'll give you credit for another order. So again, it's not costing them anything. You don't want the books from us? Go buy them somewhere else. You're not going to be able to. Again, it was just a real quick little rant because until another company comes out, and there may never be another company that comes out, but until another distribution company comes out, shops are going to have to deal with the damages and the pretty much don't care attitude from the Diamond reps, publication reps, because again, they really don't care, how the books come because they're getting their money. That's all they care about. So that's pretty much what we have. This week in Las Vegas, we have the Retailer Summit is here locally. So there's going to be a lot of shop owners and sellers from across the country that are going to be all around Las Vegas Valley checking out the different shops. So if you're out and about here locally and you see a lot of people pulling into shops, you know, that's what it is. So, and then there's a couple of conventions coming up. There's a Day of the Dead convention in June, and then there is of course, the Amazing Con in June. And the only problem I have with that is I'm going to both of them, but the Day of the Dead convention is the week before the Amazing Con. So we've kind of come up on this whole thing where you have to be real careful how you spend your money, or you really have to, if you're going to go there to see somebody, you know, specific. I'm going to Day of the Dead to see PJ Souls from Halloween, and so I have a little bit of money for that. And then, you know, I'm going to go to the Amazing Con on the first day, Friday, to, you know, to look for the things I normally look for, which is pre-code. So if you happen to be at either one of those, I'm going to wear one of my Arkham shirts both days. Don't be afraid to come up and say, hey, how you doing? You know, I like your channel, or hey, how you doing? I think you're a jerk. Either way, I'll be happy to hear from you. So that's what we have right now. Again, I appreciate all the support that I get on this channel. I appreciate all the, you know, exciting things that are happening, you know, moving forward for me, because there's, you know, a lot of things are rolling for me. A real quick announcement, the Fandomverse shop that opened up in this area, they have asked me to help them with their vintage grading, and I have agreed to do that. I'm going to be grading their vintage books. And then I'm going to have a small case in there where I'm going to be selling some vintage books from my collection. So if you are interested in seeing that, it is a small mom and pop shop, you know, that are trying to build their reputation of being honest sellers. Of course, I'm always going to be buying books from Cosmic Comics because the folks over there treat me really well, and they're always going to have my business. But I am happy to try to help a new upstart comic shop, because I don't think you can never have enough good comic shops. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of great comic shops in this town. The Cosmic is a fantastic comic shop, and I love Cosmic, and we're hoping to get Fandomverse on that same level. But again, it's a much smaller scale, and it takes time to build a reputation. And hopefully, you know, you stop by and just take a look at what they have, and you enjoy what they have. So again, I appreciate all the support. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for the support. If you're not a subscriber, you know, subscribe and tell people about the channel. So we'll end it with the catchphrase as always. I hope you liked the video, but if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great day, and I'll see you later.